Dear students, welcome to Engineering Graphics. In this session, we are going for sectional orthographic projection. Till the last session, we did briefly the problems of orthographic projection. Now today we go for the concept of sectional orthographic projection, which is one of the added thing in your regular orthographic projection. So what is that? That the thing we are going to focus at first. So here you are having its concept, sectional orthographic projection. But initially, just have a focus on the thing that what you do in your regular simple orthographic projection for invisible features. Yes, you are simply going to show that invisible features by means of dotted lines in your regular orthographic projection. But when you have the object with you, and if that object is complex from inside, when you are having such case, then what happen, as you are going to project its view, that is what the front of or side view, then there will be many dotted lines in the projected view if you are having the complex object with you. So in such case, it becomes very difficult to read the projections of such complex object where we are having too many number of dotted lines. So for this case, what we are going to do, that object which is a complex object, we consider that object is getting cut by an imaginary cutting plane which is parallel to one of the principal plane. That principal plane may be a vertical, horizontal, or it may be a profile plane. So as we are cutting that respective object, where the cutting plane, that an imaginary cutting plane, is parallel to principal plane, then whatever may be the remainder, from that remainder we are going to take its projection for the respective view, and that projected view of a cut object is known as sectional view. So this is what the added concept. It is very clear why we go for sectional orthographic projection. If we are having the object with us and that is complex from inside, and for that complexity, there we get more many number of dotted lines for their invisible section. So to avoid the difficulty in reading the respective projected view, we are simply going to cut the object centrally by keeping the cutting plane parallel to principal plane, and after cutting, whatever may be the remainder is over there, and for that remainder we are going to take the projection view of that respective cut object, and that the view is to be called as sectional view. So it is very clear. So here you are having one object. It is not quite complex, but we are taking for our example. Here we are having that block of L shape where we are having one circular hole to its one of the end of that L block, and as we are cutting the respective block along by means of this imaginary cutting plane, here you have one cutting plane, by means of that cutting plane we are going to cut the object at its center. So after cutting that object, here you are having the remainder. This portion we are going to omit, and here we are having the remainder. Now for this respective portion we are going to take its projection on the respective projection plane. Then there you are getting such kind of its respective front view if you are looking in the direction of arrowhead X. So that portion you have to show over here by means of this hatching line. They represents the object is getting cut centrally by means of that cutting plane, and the respective view is to be called as your sectional view. So this is what that concept, sectional orthographic projection. We are going to make it very clear by taking one example, or we further go with the same kind of example. We are not considering any dimension over here. Here you are having that object with you. So this is your object and its solution. So here you are having the problem statement with you, where you are having this pictorial view of an object, and you have to construct its sectional front view looking in the direction of arrowhead X. Then you have to construct its LHS view from this direction of arrowhead Y. Assume over here the direction of arrowhead Y is over here, and again you have to construct its top view. Now for the side view and top view, we are not considering the cut section of the object. We are considering the entire object. Do remember, the cutting of the object is only applicable for the respective sectional view. And after that, you have to consider entire object to construct the remaining views. Over here, they are the top view and side view. Now initially we go for sectional front view as we cut the object centrally over here by means of that imaginary cutting plane. Then in the direction of arrowhead X, it will look like this. So this is what that L shape, this half portion of your circular hole seems to be one rectangle. So here you are having its that rectangular portion. But just tell me, if we are not cutting this object, then over here this circular hole, which is invisible one, that we are going to show by means of dotted lines. Here you found instead of this straight line, there may be a dotted line in your regular orthographic projection. But as we are cutting the object, then do remember that dotted lines, they get omitted, or they become a straight line as you are having such kind of section lines over here. These lines to be called as hatching line or a section line. So they are to be represented by this way. Your hatching line should have the inclination angle of 45 degree with your reference line. Here you are having reference line XY, so they are at an angle of 45 degree, and the distance between the two consecutive, that two hatching lines, it is of approximately 2 mm. So this is what the way to represent that hatching line. Do remember that thing. So there is one another interesting point regarding this sectional orthographic projection, where we have to show the hatching line. That is what the important thing. So every time do remember, as you are cutting your object by means of that cutting plane, which is your an imaginary cutting plane, as you are cutting it, where that cutting plane touches to the objects, that portion you have to show by means of hatching line. Do remember, means over here what happened, consider this block, L block is made up of wood. It is actually a wooden block. Do consider, and we are going to cut this wooden block by means of one cutting plane, and that cutting plane over here we are using one wood cutter. So by means of that wood cutter, we are going to cut the object centrally. So where that wood cutter touches, it touch to this portion, which is the solid portion of the block L, and again it touches to this portion only. Over here at the mid, there you have a circular hole. So for this respective circular hole, we are not having the any touching of that wood cutter to the respective area. So only where the wood cutter or that cutting plane in this case touches to the object, that portion we have to show by means of hatching line, by means of this section line. Do remember. So this is all about the thing which is sectional orthographic projection. Now we go further for one of the simple numerical we are going to solve right now. So here you are having one of the problem statement, that sectional orthographic projection. From the sectional orthographic projection, this figure shows isometric view of a machine component, and we have to draw the following views. That following views are front view looking in direction X. Here you are having the direction X, which is the position of the observer, to construct the front view. And second one, we have to construct the sectional side view along section AA. So here you are having section AA. This is what section A start from over here. It is going to cut by this way, and this is what your another point A. So here you are having cutting plane line. when we studied the topic, the types of line, then we have such kind of line, that is what cutting plane line. So representation of cutting plane line is what? It is thicker at the end, and it seems to be a center line, which is in the fashion of long shot. So it is a long short line, but it is thicker at its end. So that is what the indication point to have a cutting plane line with you. So along the section AA, you are going to cut the object, and then for the respective cut portion of your object, you have to construct this side view. So for the side view, no any kind of arrowhead is given, but as you are constructing top view from this right side direction of the observer, then but obviously from his left side, you have to further construct the side view. So we go for that. Now we go for its solution actually. So by our regular practice, initially we took the respective parameters. They are the overall dimension of the object. So here you are having the length of the object. Initially, from when we looking in the direction of arrowhead X, there you get the length of the object. So over here it measures to be a 35 mm. So make a note of that, length is 35. Then width is the portion that you are getting when you are having the side, when you are constructing the side view of an object. From that direction you are actually getting the width of the object. So over here it is 25. So again make a note of width is equal to 25 mm, and from this end you are getting the overall height of the object, and that is 42 mm. So with our regular practice, initially we make a note of overall length, overall width, and overall height of the object. So here you found the dimensions, they are quite smaller. uh, so this is 5, this is 8 mm, then this lower slot is of 4 mm. So for such kind of case, either you may draw with full scale as 1:1, or you can enlarge the scale as 2:1. You can enlarge it. Means while constructing a line of 35 mm, you have to consider the length as a 70, width as a 50, and further on height as a 84. With that enlargement, you may draw it, but only thing is that you have to mention the scale at the end of your sheet. The scale is 2:1. Okay, this is all about the that scale. Now here, by our regular practice, we construct the reference line xy, another intersecting reference line x1 y1. Now as we have to draw LHS view according to first angle method of projection, it comes to the right side of your front view. So here we are having the location of front view, and just to its right side there we are having the location of sectional left hand side view. So according to the respective dimensions, so from front view we required two dimensions to form a rectangle. One is length of the object and other is height of the object. So 35 by 42 is what the rectangular box, this is 35, and then further on this is 42. So 35 by 42 is what the rectangular box that we required to construct the front view. And to draw the side view looking in this direction, assume it is to be direction of arrowhead y, so there you require another rectangular box, and that is of 25 by 42. So this is 25 and height is 42. So we are simply constructing these two rectangular box by our regular practice. Now we go further for front view. Now whatever may be the sectional view that we have to draw for side view, so don't think about it that we are not cutting any object. Just initially to draw the front view, consider your entire object. Now we go for that front view. So here we are having its solution. So as we are having the position of the observer is over here, this portion, this rectangular block, rectangle, and to its lower side there you are having one slot, and that slot has the respective dimension of 25 by 4. The height of the slot is of 4, and to this side you are having this dimension as 5 mm to left as well as 5 mm to right. So you may start from this end point. So just go by 5 mm, draw one line or mark a point at 5 mm, and from this point just go by 4 mm upward and then this is 25. Draw one horizontal line of 25 mm, and from that point just go by to the low side by again 4 mm, and the remaining 5 mm over here. And after that, this rectangular portion has the height of 25 mm. So from this point just go upward by 25 mm, and again from this point go upward by 25 mm, mark these 2 points and simply connect these 2 points by means of that line. That gives you one complete rectangle where you are having such kind of slot at its lower side. And again, when you observe in the direction of arrowhead X, there you have one circular hole which is exactly at a distance of 13 mm from the lower side, and mid is at a mid of this 35. So for that you have to initially draw the intersecting this center axis. So initially we go for vertical center axis. So overall is 35. So at its mid there you have to construct one vertical center axis. So it is at 17.5. So just mark the distance 17.5 over here and draw one straight vertical axis by means of that center line, which is to be shown by a long shunt. That is what the representation of center line. And further on, the horizontal center axis that you found at a distance of 13 mm from this lower end. So from this lower end, measure the distance 13 mm, and with that distance you have to draw the another horizontal center line over here, which is going to intersect with this previously drawn vertical center line. Now this intersection point, from this intersection point you have to construct this circle which has a diameter of 12 mm. So ultimately radius is 6 mm. So just put the center point, center point or point of view rounder to this center, and with radius equal to 6 mm, construct the circle, and that is what the portion that you are getting from its front view direction. Then here uh, you are having some curvature, the curve portion, but as you are observing in the direction of arrowhead X, then it seems to be one rectangle, that rectangle having such kind of U shape, isn't it? So that U shape you have to construct further on just above this rectangular box. So we are having the closing over here. Overall is 42. This is of 8 mm from left as well as from right side, and this depth is of 10 mm. You found the depth over here is of 10 mm. So from this end go to the right side by 8 mm. From this point just go down by 10 mm. You are having this internal slot. You may make the further that 35 minus this 8 plus this 8 16. You are going to minus that 16 mm from this overall 35, and for that you have to draw one line over here, and again from this point go upward by 10 mm and to this side 8 mm and close it. So simply do remember, for this curvature portion, it not to be seen as a curve over there as we are looking in the direction of arrowhead X. So simply we construct that U shape over here. Now this is all about its front view. Now we go for the sectional side view, which is actually our part of interest. So as we cut the object along the section line AA, then your object seems to be like this. So here you are having the sectional isometric view. As you cut the object along the section line AA, here you are having that cutting plane line. So as you are cutting it, your cutting blade, your cutter touches to this solid portion, isn't it? It is not going to touch this portion because this part is away from its center line, isn't it? So cutting start actually from this point. So it cuts over here, cut this complete solid portion. Again, here you are having circular hole. So there is no further cutting till this end point of your circle. And for the rest of the part, again, there you are having the cutting of solid portion. So that solid portion is shown over here. So where your cutting blade touches, for that portion you have to show by means of your hatching line. Now simply you have to construct the side view from this direction of arrowhead Y, where you are having the rectangular box of 25 by 42. So just start for that. So here you are having its side view. This lower part, as you are having 25 mm from this point, you just start. Its height is of 42 mm. So this is what your point end point. This is 25 and the height is of 42 mm. Then further on, at the lower side there you have one rectangular slot which just goes inside from this direction. But as we cut the object, then for this portion you found it's to be a rectangular strip. So here you are having its portion. So this is what that rectangular strip, which is throughout the width of your object. So that strip has the height of 4 mm. So from this point you have to draw one horizontal line parallel with this baseline, and it has a height of 4 mm. So at a 4 mm you simply draw this horizontal line, or you may take the projection from this your front view. So this is what your straight line. Then further on you are having the rest of the portion. So this is what that portion, this is actually overall 25 minus this 12, so the remainder is what, 13. So 13 is there, but for the 13 is to both the side, means this is what 6.5 and this is what 6.5. So again go vertically upward by 6.5 mm, or you may take simply the projection again from the front view. This is what the end point of this circle, one is to come to this side and the upper end point is come over here. So this is what 512. So you simply construct these two horizontal lines. Then after this again you have to draw the respective slot. Here you are having some such kind of slot, but as you cut it, there you found such kind of nature. So this is what the shape that you have to draw. So this shape is up to how many mm? This depth is of 10 mm. So from top you are having the depth is of 10 mm. So from this point just go downward by 10 mm and draw one horizontal line and leave it as it is, because further on you have to draw such kind of curvature which carries the radius of 20 mm. And then further on for this respective portion, projected portion, you have to go to the right side by 8 mm. So from this point draw one line to this right side which is of 8 mm. Now we have to draw this curve which has a radius of 20 mm, but actually uh, here the height of the object is 42 mm. It measures to be 42 mm from this side, but as you go to the right side, here you found the height of this rectangular box till this point is of 25 mm, and from 25 onwards, as you are having the radius is of 20 mm, so 20 plus 25, that becomes 45. It means what, from this end point, this is 25 mm, so from this end point go straight vertically upward by 20 mm, which is just out of your box. Here you are closing your box at a height of 42 mm, so just 3 mm out from your box. So at that center point you have to place your center point of rounder, and you have to carry the radius equal to 20 mm. Are you getting it? Overall height is 42, but in this case to construct the radius core of radius 20, you already have the dimension with you, that is 25 mm. So 25 plus this 20, that becomes 45. So with this center, with this end point, you have to measure the distance 20 mm vertically upward, and that point comes just out of the respective rectangular box that you already constructed. So with that new center point, you have to further take the radius of 20 mm in your rounder, and you have to construct such kind of arc over here, which is going to join these 2 points. This point is at a distance of 25 mm, and this is the point that at a distance of 8 mm from this point. So this is what that curve which has a radius of 20 mm. So this is all about its side view. But for the portion, as we have to construct the sectional side view, so that dotted lines, they get completely omitted over here. Do remember, in sectional view you are not going to show any kind of dotted lines, so that portion you have to show over here by means of this hatching line. So where that cutter touches, that portion is to be further shown by means of hatching line. So this is what that portion, and again this portion. So this is what this portion. So over here show the hatching line, where the inclination angle of this hatching line is of 45 degree with respect to your reference line xy, and the approximate distance between two inclined line is of 2 mm. So this is all about the sectional left hand side view. So you might be getting it, the concept of sectional orthographic projection, and it is the case in your end-sem examination. You may found such kind of examples in your question paper for your end-sem examination, where you have to construct either the sectional front view, either the sectional side view. They may ask you any kind of sectional view. So to draw that respective sectional view, you have to consider the object is cut by an imaginary cutting plane, and for the rest of the view you have to consider the entire object. And this is what the thing or the key points regarding sectional orthographic projection. Thank you. Do practice at your home. Do well. We meet again. Thank you.